Alright guys, welcome to the Media Hijack Podcast. I'm your host, Billy Walters, and joining me is Chris Unholy Jesus. Yeah.
Welcome back, family. Happy Tuesday.
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Media Hijack, episode 228. Before we get started, if you guys want to get some official Media Hijack t-shirts like this one, head over to themediahijack.com, grab you some official Media Hijack t-shirts. Also, if you guys want to catch the replay for this live Twitch video, we are here live every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern time on Twitch. And don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, give us that 5-star frog splash. Alright, let's get started. First topic of the night. The Chinese space lab, they find an unidentified bacteria out in their space station.
Yes, man.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people heard about this too, because it was circling the internet.
Yeah, it's picking up some steam.
I thought it was interesting too. So we'll let Chris do this topic.
Man, when I first heard about this topic, have you ever seen the movie Life with Ryan Reynolds and
I think I have.
Jake Gyllenhaal? The guy that plays Deadpool and the other guy that plays Donnie Darko. They were in the movie together, and then they played like these astronauts that were on the ISS, and they wound up discovering this bacteria in space, and they studied it, and this bacteria just started evolving and just started just murdering everybody on the ISS. And the ending is insane. That movie is horrifying. So when I first saw this story about China discovering this bacteria, I was like, oh shit, this is like the space movie Life. Like, this is exactly how it went down. But so this is a question that some people have been posing about with this China discovered bacteria. Basically, it's like, what if the first truly alien life form didn't come from another planet, but from the control panel of a space station orbiting Earth? So some of these questions that are going to pop up over time with this new discovery of this bacteria is going to be like, is it alien? Could it be dangerous? Or what else might be evolving in the darkness, in the space above us? Because now scientists are on the question like, hey, we really start considering that, is outer space possibly a petri dish for bacteria? Instead of thinking that it came from Earth, what if it came from outer space? And if so, is this technically the first known existence of alien life form? Because it is alive. Like the TARDIS. You ever seen the TARDIS? The little space pigs, I think they call them. That's like the nickname for them.
The first image that came to my head when I saw this article. I keep thinking about that little thing that looks like a little worm or whatever.
Yeah, like they call it like a little space pig, and it can survive in any environment. Like, I think they've like put it in like places of radiation. They've like took it to like deep sea depths of the water. They took it to outer space, and it survived everything. I think they may have shot into a volcano. I don't know, but I know they've put it under extreme temperatures before, and then all it really does is like it goes to sleep and goes in hibernation mode until it wakes up, and it's like, okay, I'm cool. Where we at? Let's eat, and then they keep on moving.
I heard they shot it with like a 12 gauge.
Like point blank.
It was like it just curled up into a little ball. Surprise!
Like Sonic.
I'm here.
Peekaboo. Boom.
What happened?
All right. So the space station that this is all discovered on was on the Tiangong space station. So a little bit about Tiangong space station. It was actually completed construction back on October 31st, 2022. It has like a lot of significant accomplishments for China's rapidly growing space program, which plans to build base on the moon and deploys lunar rovers. And they actually got plans for trying to get to Mars first. That's the next spot everybody's trying to race to in China. I ain't gonna lie, America takes his thumb out his ass for a second. Y'all better stop, because China about to, they're going straight to Mars, baby.
What if they're already on Mars? They just can't.
Oh, right.
They can't disclose that information because they're like, oh, we can't tell them. Just tell them we're working on it.
Well, we'll get there when we get there.
Because you ever see that clip before you start? That clip of I don't know if this dude talking in Congress or something, right, on the news. And he's like, yeah, I spoke to an astronaut out who's actually on the moon right now, and it's like it just slipped out of his mouth so easily, like casually. I was like, did he mean to say that?
Oh, that's like a slip
Yeah.
up for real. Like,
But then he kept talking, and it never went back to that conversation. It's like, wait a minute, you say there's astronauts that's still on the moon right now?
man, he probably changed the subject real quick. Like, did somebody fart? Like,
I gotta
nah,
send you
nobody
that
farted.
clip. Yeah,
Bro.
yeah. He said it so smooth. I was like, wait a minute. He said
You
it like
thought
it
you
was
was
so
in,
normal. Like it
you
wasn't.
thought you was so you thought you was in a room with the elites. You forgot where you was at.
Yeah.
Right? So, oh shit, I gotta click out of this. Yeah, so back to this microscopic bad boy. So right now it's being named Niallia tiangongensis, and it's a microscopic and rod shape, can create spores and have evolved to survive hundreds of miles above our planet's surface. This bacterium, never before seen on Earth, was detected on China's space station. They actually wound up finding it on the cockpit's controls of the station, living in a microgravity conditions. Because now they're finding out, like, hey, like, with like I'm not surprised. This is probably where they're gonna go with this, like with this whole thing. But they're gonna start realizing, hey, like, life in space can breed in microgravity. Like it's like life can start in space just on a microscopic level, and then maybe once it reaches Earth. Because honestly, what happens to like the microscopic stuff on Earth? On space, I have no idea. Maybe they eventually fall to Earth, but when they do, is it kind of like when they land? Do they eventually evolve from there? I don't know. I have so many questions on where this came from.
Like when we go to space, right? Of course there's a lot of bacteria on the outside of the spacecraft or whatever. Don't that go into space? Like we're sending our bacteria to space too?
Yeah,
How
so
does that
they'll do
work?
stuff like that. Yeah, so they'll send like tests of like bacteria to space, from my understanding. But in this case, it's like 'cause I think they've done it with stuff with the ISS, where they've done like, hey, let's test like bacteria from Earth and test out in space, or whatnot. But it seems like with this one, it's like, hey, we was looking around our spaceship and we was kind of like, just scanning everything, see what new bacteria they might have been on the ship, and we found it on the control panel of our spaceship, and then we're gonna study it. Because we don't know how it even got on board to the ship. More than likely came to the vents. But then again, I don't even know how the fuck they're not breathing in space air, so I don't know how they even
Well,
got on the damn ship.
wasn't the other theory they said that it could be bacteria that came from Earth and then it evolved in space?
Yeah, and they kind of like hyper evolved it. That was another thing I saw too. Was like, hey, what if it was accidentally brought from Earth to space, and then Earth kind of in that space, being in space, and then unless there's like a less, almost like zero gravity type of environment, it flourished and is evolving faster. So that could be another possibility too. Because they said, like, according to according to China Central Television, the country's national broadcaster, Taikonauts, Chinese name for astronauts, which is fucking dope. Dude, that's a dope name. Taikonauts. I need to change that to my gamer tags. Collected swab samples from the space station in May 2023, which were then frozen and sent back to Earth for study. The aim for this work was to investigate the behavior of microorganisms gathered from a completely sealed environment with a human crew during space travel as part of the Chinese Space Station Habitation Air Micro Program, otherwise known as CHAMP. That's a champ.
Chinese
says,
Space Habitation Area Microbiome Program.
yes,
that-
and then
Okay, go ahead. Shell shock was
yeah,
good.
but you want to say, you say how they get that word?
Yeah.
The China Space Champ. Now, that don't even make any sense.
It doesn't.
It says, Niallia exhibits the structural and functional variation that means it is well adapted to exist in space stations. It processes the ability to hydrolyze gluten, which breaks down into protein in smaller components, in a really like unique way, allowing the protein to become consumed for survival in nutrient poor environments. Basically, this thing can survive anywhere for a long amount of time and is able to, when it gets hungry and there ain't no source of food, is able to start breaking down nutrients in order to survive, which is pretty dope.
Sounds like a human.
Right? It's
I'll break
superhuman.
down. I'll break down a steak.
I'll break down these proteins and I'm gonna store it for later till I get hungry. Says, in addition, these bacteria are able to form protective biofilm active oxidative stress responses and promote repair to the face of radiation damage, which is really cool because I always saw planet Earth anyways as a prison, and surrounding this prison planet is nothing but radiation. That's the first thing that'll kill you as soon as you get out of space. Space is poison. Is this radiation everywhere. It ain't healthy for humans, as we all know.
Wait. So you said it could create biofilm?
Yeah, so it creates like a biofilm over itself when it gets radiation damage, or it's like, I guess, like a biofilm
like
to protect
from radiation.
Yeah, like a shield to protect from radiation. Yeah, and when it's damaged, it's able to repair itself as well too. So it's almost like resistant to radiation.
That shit sound alien like. I don't think it came from Earth, so we could take that theory out.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, if it came from Earth, would it be able to survive radiation? Maybe, I don't know. But if it came from space, it makes perfect sense for it to be resistant. If it's already out there, why wouldn't it be evolved to a point where it can actually deal with radiation? It was born into the game, you know?
You think it crawled into the space station, like through the cracks? Is that
maybe,
or is it really
maybe
sealed that tight?
Space.
Yeah, right? Because they found it. They did the swab inside the space station, right? It wasn't outside, or was it?
Yeah, that was all inside. It was all inside. So they found it like it was on the control panels, which means somebody touched the control panels, maybe, and then it kind of like transferred it over to that or whatever. But
so there's no way something outside could have came inside while they were in space. So it was already in the space station.
Unless, I don't know if they put on spacesuits and because they have to do maintenance on the ship, so they do have to go outside every now and again. Since it's a space station, they got to do.
Okay, so it probably came in when they opened the door.
Yeah, at least if I'm not mistaken, I ain't no astronaut, but I know that to do routine maintenance on like space stations, and so when they go out there, ain't no telling what the hell got onto them, touched the hand, because I think they're supposed to be decontaminated getting on the ship too. Like,
well, maybe it's not like 100% decontamination. Like they still got some little bitty aliens like sticking on.
Yeah.
And they brought that shit back to Earth. What the hell?
And they brought it back, man. And
imagine it's like a spy, like an ultimate spy.
It's like a camera, like microscopic camera.
Man, you ever heard that shit? They said a long time. They did this like after World War II. They said they already had cameras like small, like the size of like a mosquito, and it spied on every single person that they wanted to spy on.
Damn.
Like they even put them in birds. That's why they said birds are fake, but not all of them are fake. But there are some birds that had cameras attached to them.
Oh, like, oh yeah.
And they're like, oh, these animals are spying on everybody. That's why people were paranoid. People who had something to hide were paranoid.
Man, hell yeah.
And that alien that they brought back to Earth could be a spy from another galaxy. Just trying to be
dude, remember in three body problem? Where they were like, hey, everybody on Earth had breathed in this bacteria or some shit that the aliens gave everybody on Earth to like slow them down on like technological advancements or something. It's like it kind of like crippled them. So like by the time they would get there, they would be able to conquer Earth because Earth was like got slowed down by this bacteria or some shit they injected.
Yeah, they had to weaken them or whatever.
Yeah, what if this is that shit?
Because they're like, we can't go to Earth now. They're too strong.
Let's dumb them down and then
let's dumb them down with artificial intelligence, like what they're doing now, right? Because we're not using our own brains anymore, like especially people that's working high capacity shit, and then especially people running companies. Who's all crunching these numbers? It's robots.
Man, all from top to bottom, man.
Yeah,
if you got to keep up the competition, you better have robots. We're gonna
be so dumb.
Man, it's gonna get scary because I even got another topic for later on in the episode.
Mm-hmm.
They started to get AI with dreams. I'm like, bro, we ain't care. AI gonna be everywhere, but when we awake, when we asleep.
Damn, they dumbed down a whole generation, dude, and it's happening, and then they're just gonna come take over.
Quick,
dude. People think they're gonna come take over. Like, let's say it's been theirs. It's just coming to collect what's theirs. Like, what do you mean take over? This shit was ours from the beginning.
Man, we never gave y'all nothing.
So you guys this is your B&B just for a little bit.
Just for a little till we come back.
Earth B&B, like we come to kick you guys out because you guys fucked up this Earth.
Right, y'all overstayed y'all welcome. Y'all gotta go. What was else I just saw too? Oh yeah. Also, fun fact to drop for today: Earth is estimated to have like 1.5 billion undiscovered microbial species on Earth. Right.
Microbials. What's that?
Microbial, I think it's pronounced microbial. Sorry, microbial.
Microbial.
Yes, Earth is estimated to have 1 to 5 billion undiscovered microbial species on the entire planet, right? And so, like, what if space is like the petri dish for accelerating their evolution? So that's another thing scientists are kind of looking at, like, hey, should we start sending some of these bacteria up into space that might speed up the process of this bacteria? I'm saying please don't, because what if you create a damn zombie virus? I don't know. Maybe some places need to be stay where they at. Don't. It's kind of like when if you travel the world, right, and you go to another country, and then you have customs that you got to go through, and customs make sure that you don't bring any life or animals, plants, rocks, dirt from other regions of the world to the other side of the world, because it can have an effect on the entire biosphere. It could cause like certain species to get wiped out. It could say it will offset the balance of some things, and that's how I feel about with this too. Like, hey, maybe we should just keep our germs on Earth and let space germs stay out there or something before we set off a chain reaction that's going to eventually maybe cause humans to get wiped out one day, like 400 years from now. I don't know, but
especially with these new mosquitoes that they just brought out. Probably a few years ago, they introduced like people with new mosquitoes to kill the old mosquitoes. Remember?
I do remember talking about that. Yeah.
That could be a problem, like in the future. Like, who knows what are they doing to our ecosystem?
Yeah, they're probably like starving out frogs, because now frogs don't have nothing to eat because that was part of their food. It's like if I took one of your favorite foods away from you and you can't have it for the rest of your life. It's gone forever.
You gonna take my hot wings away?
And you can't. That's it forever. That's how I feel like they do with the
Clock
mosquito
out.
thing.
Clock out.
I don't want to be here. If wings ain't here, I ain't trying to be here.
I'm out.
You are there wings in heaven? Like, look it up.
No.
No.
There's wings.
Oh
in
yeah.
hell.
So.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh hell, I'm on my way.
Process a joke. Go ahead.
Running calculations. Okay, so I'm gonna do a breakdown right quick just so I got everything covered. So it's a brand new bacterial species. It thrives in a microgravity, can survive radiation, form protective biofilms, and breaks down gelatin for food. So it's gonna eat no matter what.
Yeah,
it's neat. Cool. And so the thing that, like I was talking about just recently, like just not even that long ago, was about its evolution in orbit. And that's like the real big mystery. And did this thing evolve in space after hitching a ride from Earth?
Maybe.
Or is it an Earth-based life form we just never discovered before? Either way, some of the answers that are kind of coming out of what this could be is kind of crazy, but it says if it evolved in orbit, that's a rapid adaptation on a level we've never seen before. That means as far as stuff like this takes millions and billions of years for this shit to evolve, and that the fact that Earth may be speeding this stuff up changes the game of how space even probably functions as a whole. It was already here and just undiscovered, and how many other bacteria like this are living among us. So, and also the other thing they've kind of been posing to, like, was like the potential threat for humans on Earth. And while it's not confirmed dangerous, is Earth's cousin can like Earth's cousin, it could actually like cause sepsis and like weaken individuals, like make them sick. And if this space variant is more resilient, they're worried about like how this could actually cause more damage to people than its Earth cousin. Which is like, there's like a bacteria that's very similar to this, but it functions differently, but they're part of the same family. But they're saying like this bacteria could cause like a sickness in people that could possibly, who knows, wipe out people in the near future if we're not too careful with this.
I thought they said it wasn't a serious threat. Now it sounds serious.
Well, they're saying like a potential threat to humans. Like as of right now, it's not seen as a threat. But the concerns that these scientists are looking at is like, well, shit, this is evolving faster than anything we've seen on this microscopic level ever in human history. This thing evolved quick, and it could be alarming if we don't keep a close eye on it, because it could eventually grow to be a threat one day. And also is like kind of poses like ethical questions of like, hey, if this is a living thing, should we experiment on it or something? I don't know.
I think we gotta put the ethical thing like in a box on the side. I just do what you gotta do.
Before it starts thinking, because it's more just like it's just doing and not thinking. So
yeah, I mean, it could be something where, like we said earlier, like a bacteria that they brought to space and it evolved. And then I'm thinking, right, Have they ever done an experiment where they got somebody pregnant in space and gave birth in space to see the effects it has on a human baby without gravity?
As far as I know, I've never heard of that being done before, but I've heard stories of like these experiments possibly being a thing one day. For one, they try to shoot. I don't know if they've already done it yet, but they shot like their first porno in space like some years ago. Things with that one porno star Johnny Sins. I think they did make that. But as far as like procreating and like in outer space, I heard it would probably be dangerous for a child to be born in like zero gravity, because gravity is what makes us like, what we are. Because they've shown at time where if you stay up there in space too long, it does have issues on your bones because there's nothing for you to resist against the growing muscles. So it might cause a lot of damage to a baby, because when you come out as a baby, you can't lift a damn thing anyway. So this might make your conditions worse. You might be like Stephen Hawkins off the top coming out.
Yeah, the baby comes out in a wheelchair, just rolling out like gelatin. Put that baby in a wheelchair.
So I've heard stories.
Where could you watch that film at, where they did the little project where they were having fornicating in space? Is there a website?
Oh, probably. I've never seen it. I heard about it years ago.
Probably whisper it to me later.
Yeah, I just know the guy's name is Johnny Sins.
Okay,
that's the point. So yeah, so I don't know if they ever went through with it, but I remember years ago they was like, I think it was like either Pornhub or Brazzers were like, yo, we about to do like the first porn shot in space. We have Johnny Sins in it, and I was like, cool, I guess they can do that. And then I never heard anything else about it. So
Bob in the chat says a K-drama covered that topic where they conceived birth in space, where they're having.
Oh,
what was it, like a real topic, or was it like a drama series? Because I could see it as a TV show.
Yeah, like a. I can see that too.
So as far as like the astronauts, like, is this dangerous for future astronauts to go in space and then, knowing that there's bacteria that can harm them? Is there any threat to those guys?
I mean, it doesn't sound like it to me. I mean, humans, man. Sometimes when I think about outside all the dumb shit we always do, sometimes I wonder how the hell we're in. The things that we're able to accomplish and the things that we're able to do, and the fact that we were able to get this far in space and have space suits and all this other stuff, even though we ain't traveling to planet yet, I feel safe in knowing that, hey, as of right now, things are kind of calm. As far as like astronauts being able to go to space and still do their stuff that they need to do, study space and whatnot. But I don't see this bacteria being an issue until I'm not gonna say until they say otherwise, because for all we know, if it's real life is like movies sometimes, for all we know, by the time we find out this damn thing is evolving and wiping out humanity, that's when they'll probably tell us. But by then it'll be too late. I would imagine, like, if this thing was deadly, they would keep this a secret, though. Straight up. They would.
Shit.
I don't know. But I think astronauts might be okay in space so far, as far as like getting bacteria and stuff. I mean, nothing's happened yet so far, as far as I know. So, I mean.
Had they ever sent an astronaut to space who had AIDS and left him there?
Oh no! Shit! Have they ever sent anybody up there with
cancer? They're like, holy shit! AIDS don't like gravity. They just died.
It's gone.
Like, dang, the line for like space travel got really long.
Oh man! Honestly, you want an even longer line? Cancer. They need to do cancer research in space. See what that has effect on gravity.
Man,
that's the
people who got
mother
cancer,
of all.
The line won't be that long because they already took all their money already.
Oh yeah, so they can't even.
They've been paying so much money. It's like, got them.
I'm like, damn man. Well, if I can't go up there, I'm like, man, if I can't go up there, can you inject me with some space? Like, shit. Can you do that?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, put that new bacteria you guys found in me. I want to see.
Shit, what do I got to lose?
Yeah. Do all the tests.
Right, give me all the tests.
Black magic.
Yeah, but that's it for my microbial space tour. I don't know if you got anything else, but.
Let's see. Nah. I think I asked all my questions already. I mean, like, if they were traveling to like a faraway planet, right? And then let's say like this bacteria is able to create that film for use for astronauts to protect them from radiation, that would be like the perfect thing for them to travel to planets, right?
If detect radiation, yeah, shit.
No, like to protect them.
Oh, like as a coating. Oh
Yeah, like a
man,
coating.
what if it'd be like this? Hey, take these Niallia, whatever that bacteria is called. Like they make it to like a pill form. So when hey, before we go off the spaceship, everybody take your Niallia pills so you get some radiation protection with the biofilm over your body to pop
Probiotics.
them in. Boom. Yeah, right. All they gotta do is wear a helmet, so because you can't breathe. So everything else you walk around naked. I'm ready to go.
Like the magic school bus.
Like, but yeah, I mean, I could definitely see this being. Oh man, China going like, hey, how can we mass produce this thing that can protect you from radiation?
Always.
What?
It's just like spider with their spider webs. Like, oh, this spider web is strong. How do we collect more spider web from spiders?
All right, these things are super strong.
Mm-hmm. All right, next topic. All right, so Chinese researchers. See, we're on the whole Chinese bus. Chinese researchers, they got caught for smuggling fungus. You heard about this one?
No.
Yeah, it's like a smuggling science scandal, this international incident. So, Chinese scientist Han, I don't know how to say the first name, I don't want to butcher it, so we're just going to call her Han, was arrested right after touching down in Detroit from Shanghai. U.S. was like, welcome to America. You're under arrest. We have suspicion. Yeah, a suspicious package. So the authorities, they were tipped off about a mystery shipment to the University of Michigan. You know, this wasn't your typical Amazon box. They're like, nah, because somebody tipped them off. That means somebody on the inside knew. Because how could you be tipped off of a package that you're sending from another country unless you know something is going on?
Right, somebody.
Yeah,
somebody
and
snitched.
I think it was inside with the FBI because they probably got tipped off because they probably scanned people text and email like automatically, and then like, hey, someone's trying to bring something to the U.S. How else would it be tipped off?
Right, unless they got some informant somewhere, but
Yeah.
it's not. I know it's like if you say certain things like in an email or a text. I don't know how true this is, but I heard it can trigger like, okay, computer, like because mainly this is actually honestly this is the computer doing all the work. Where the computer's gonna be like, oh, they're saying these words and this type of sentences and these phrases. Let's lock into this. Hey, human, are you at the control panel? Look what I found. Then
Yeah,
let your
exactly. Yeah.
Let your human bosses know I found this.
It goes from like green to code yellow to whatever code. Like, oh, now we need a real human to look at this. That's where they probably got their tip off. So when they caught her, right, they asked her what's in the box, and she told them it's just plastic cups. But the plot twist is it was actually Peachtree dishes full of biological materials, which is still kind of like a plastic cup, right? She probably didn't know how to say Peachtree dish.
She's like, when you said plastic cup, I was thinking like a red Solo cup. Like,
Yeah. See, if I caught her in the lie, I was like, what is it? Plastic? She's like, plastic cup. I was like, oh, Peachtree dish?
She was Chinese?
Yeah, she's Chinese. Yeah. She probably don't know.
Oh, yeah, she probably got the words mixed up.
Yeah, she probably got the plastic cups. Like, yeah, it is plastic, right?
How do you say in your language? It's like, for us, it'd be plastic cup, but what do y'all call it?
Yeah, she don't
Like,
know the correct word for it.
Like, I don't know how to say Petri dish in English.
So the FBI and Homeland Security, they swooped in and then they started investigating her like more deeply. And then they found out that the fungi, it linked to a research lab in a University of Science and Technology in Wuhan, where she was a PhD student. And right now she's facing all these legal troubles now because she's locked up. I think till now, and she's facing like a lot of charges now, and because they said she was smuggling something, and then on top of that, they said she was making false statements, which I think it might have been a miscommunication. But I'm pretty sure there was more stuff.
Yeah.
It's just I didn't get more of the the article. But
Wait, so she tried to come to America with that stuff?
yes.
Oh, she picked the wrong time to do that shit. Oh, she should have picked that. She should have did that.
You cannot,
She did that like a couple years ago.
Yeah, you cannot be traveling to the U.S. with Peachtree dishes, right? And then you're from
right now.
Yeah, PhD from a science lab in Wuhan. Like, what?
What?
How big are your balls, woman?
Yeah, when you said Wuhan, I was like, oh, this sounds like some bovid. So it's like this is
A research
we right
lab.
back to this.
Like, if you bring stuff like that, that shit has to be cleared all the way so you get the green light all the way. You cannot be sneaky about it.
And this had to be like something like that. You have to like get it cleared by the Chinese government and the U.S. government talking to each other.
Yeah.
It's like this, like
they already have to know that's coming to the Michigan school or whatever.
Yeah, because even when I used to work at the CDC, and they was receiving like monkey poop from like all around the world with Ebola in it and stuff, and I was like, okay, they probably had like some kind of like some kind of like not a deal per se, but some kind of like scientific I don't want to say transaction, but some kind of like the scientific community working with each other on one side of the world, and then with America, and then you could probably have to get like some red tape to go through the government in order to make these transactions or whatever. Make this like, these transportations of these I don't know, like the fungi and all this other stuff they bring from other parts of the world. That shit gotta be cleared. You can't just be
She was better off trying to smuggle drugs, dude.
Man, for real, bro. You should do like Nip Tuck and got a fake boob job and then put the cocaine in there.
Put that shit in your butthole.
Right? Oh damn! I think it was in your butt, the inside.
What's in there? A petri dish in your butthole.
Plastic cups
filled with all these fungi and stuff. There's mushroom growing out your butthole. Yeah, they said the rumor is like they're bringing it there to destroy the crops out here in the U.S. That's rumor though, because they said like if this fungus can spread through the agriculture, I can't say that word. It can destroy that word. It can destroy like our whole food industry. Then we would have to rely on another country to get.
Damn. Honestly, I could see why she's being detained. I would think that's like an almost that's like it looks like an act of terrorism on some real shit. If you're trying to go out, because
scale.
Man, yeah, because terrorism isn't just like always 9/11 type style. Sometimes you just hurt like a chunk of like a resource, and if that. And it may have just been an accident, but damn, I get why they're trying to be cautious with it.
Let's say that was the case, and they were actually they got the fungus to start growing like in the U.S. and stuff, and it spreads through all like the soil, and then you cannot grow nothing else anymore, and it spreads so fast to where they couldn't stop it no more because they're like, holy shit, where did this fungus come from? It seems like it's been like somebody brewed this in a research lab out somewhere,
Yeah, that's like recently when I just found out here, because I live in a desert climate, that there's a desert fungi out here and it causes like respiratory issues if you inhale it. Now it's not like deadly or anything, but I was shocked the fact that I didn't even know fungi can even grow in a desert climate. So I was like, then I kept thinking about, I was like, is this reason why everything's dead? Was this what? Yeah, dude. Was this born out of radiation? Because I just came back from the Atomic Museum like last weekend or a couple weekends ago, and when you find out how many times they blown up nukes out here in the desert, you're like, how could anything even survive out here? And if it did, especially that was here before humans, how much of it is radiation that's coming out the ground or animals that's been there for ever?
The fungi been here way before everybody. They're like the first aliens here, even before the aliens.
Fungi is strange, man. Even with the whole so especially after that TV show Last of Us came out, it kind of put a lot of people on game about, hey man, I can do this, like turning like ants to zombies and fungi is wild, bro.
Yeah, it's the thing that breaks down everything that's alive. It's like our like Earth filter, like it cleans up everything. It's like the cleanup crew. Basically.
Speaking of fungi, yeah, right. It's like like you said, a filter. Speaking of like fungi being used, there's a story I heard earlier today. This lady, she like wiped out her whole family like using some poison mushrooms. She like mixed it into like a cake, and then they ate it. I think she like poisoned 4 of her family members, and then 3 of them died. I think her husband survived, but she killed like her father-in-law, mother-in-law, and her husband's aunt. Crazy, bro. Like, just use fungi.
So she knew exactly what mushroom to use. She probably had some ChatGPT help.
And then so when they did an investigation on her, because she said like, because when they interviewed her, they were like, well, what happened? Like, you ate the cake too. Why didn't you die? She's like, oh, well, I threw up a little bit, and then come to find out, I was like, yeah, she only gave herself just enough, just enough to make her sick, so it can kind of give her an alibi, like, oh, it got me too. But nah, they found out it was her.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Like I
was like,
ate it too. I
damn.
didn't know somebody put mushroom in the cake.
And it was, man, diced up.
Man, horrible.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I got for that one. You got another one? She's still in jail, by the way.
Oh, good. Keep her ass locked up.
Trying
No,
to
actually,
do
no.
some-
I don't know.
She's probably
I
doing
feel
some
bad
dirty
for her.
work.
Yeah, could be. That should be happening. That's like that should sound like a biological weapon to me. But
She
I don't know.
She had to be that guinea pig.
Honestly, I hope it was an honest mistake. Because if it comes out that this was a terrorist attempt, man, it's gonna be a lot of sleepless nights around here. That's just horrifying that somebody would even attempt that. If it's true, if that was the purpose behind it.
Yeah, that'd be bad for us.
Bonkers. All right, next story. So, Japanese scientists have developed a device that can record and play back dreams in video format. Boy, this is it.
This
This is like, huh?
Yeah, I think we kind of touched on this, but go ahead.
Oh, we did? Yeah, it's like so they're doing like playback of dreams in video format, and they're using artificial technology to do this. And also too, I saw something already that there was you trying to create this thing called like a halo. Basically, it's supposed to like pick up your brain patterns while you're asleep, while you're having lucid dreams, and it records it. I think it's called like the Halo. I think that's what it's being called. Now, there's a different company, if I'm not mistaken, from the Japanese company I'm speaking of. But it seems like there's a race to like, hey guys, devices to get into people's dreams now. As if AI wasn't enough already in our waking life, now it's going to be used for our dreams to record it. And while I think that's cool, I think that's also horrifying because how many dreams have you had in your life and you didn't want to tell nobody? Like, what? I don't need no damn. I don't need this thing in my brain like that. Like, please mind your business, AI.
It's like, damn, you nasty.
Right? Like, dang.
They record, they play it in the AI movie format. Like, what the fuck are you dreaming about?
Right, it's got credits and everything. It's like a whole film.
Yeah, I think it's very possible nowadays because with the help of AI doing all these videos, dude, they can translate your dream so easy, man. Just gotta tap in. Somebody gotta tap in your brain, and I guess they're doing it.
Once you figure out the frequency and the brainwave patterns, there's no way that a film on screen, that is, and I understand like why some people are concerned with this as well too. Like all technologies, they have like a lot of ethical concerns with this, with like privacy concerns for sure. I agree with 1,000%. And also too, another fear that I didn't think of, but there's a reality of it too, of how maybe some people could actually manipulate you as a person by manipulating your dreams with these types of devices. So say like, if somebody was like, yo, I need you to like smoke this politician over in Peru, and then you wake up one day after you just take up your damn device, like, I need to go destroy them, and then you just walk out the house, don't even go to work, take a plane, fly out there, and then try to knock off this Peru politician. And it's like, oh, well, damn, you just got turned into like MK Ultra assassin, or
they call that dream seeding.
Yes, planting seeds, yes. So that's another thing that they're worried about with this technology, which I agree 1,000%. Because if it can be done, people will do it.
Remember a long time ago, we talked about another story about when people had these dreams and they all saw the same guy, and his face looked all weird, and then they started posting up pictures everywhere. They're like, "Have you seen this guy in your dream?" And then they call the numbers like, "Hey, I saw the same guy in my dream too."
Like who is?
Yeah, and then if you look deeper into the story, they said it was like a CIA project where they were doing some shit with dreams, and they were seeing if they could put this guy in people's dreams.
All right.
I forgot how they did it, or even if it's real or whatever. But they had a whole team to do this dream experiment where they're like, all right, let's see if we can actually get in people's dreams.
That's crazy. So like memory or / dream implants. Just like, hey, we want to
through like just dropping it like through the air, like the cloud, like airdrop, boop.
Damn, it's like, hey, we trying to. That's crazy.
Because if our brains are like computers, right? Like we could just get airdrop information.
Man, straight up, which then leads me back to where do souls go? Then if they can understand and do this, man, beyond the physical realm. It seems like science is starting to tap into that a little bit beyond like physical shit, at least computers and everything.
Yeah.
Because the more I started learning about like computers and how they function and everything, and just going through like with my IT classes, it made me realize it's like, okay, where did the humans draw the concept of how to run a computer in the first place? And I do think about like it probably drew inspiration from reality itself of all like, because I always, and that's how I realized too, like with computers and like, especially speaking with you and being on this podcast, it makes me wonder about like a cloud consciousness and everything like that. And I'm like, hey, what if computers are kind of like a mirror reflection of how this all runs anyways, not so much as a machine wise, but on a nature level, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making sense, but because when humans invent stuff, they always draw inspiration from nature, like airplanes, birds, tank, probably a fucking turtle or something, you know what I'm saying? But like, and so like that's how I feel like with computers, like, are they doing it based off how they perceive reality to be? Because the way computers function and it has like a cloud and stuff, it makes me like, what the hell?
It's like magic, right? But we're actually seeing it physically.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like when I drag a file into Google Drive, and then you're halfway down 1,000 miles that way, and then you're receiving a file through what I just placed in a folder. Instantly.
Boom.
Yeah. So then you ever hear like famous people or inventors, they say like, oh, how did you make that song? It just came to me, you know? Or how did you invent that so and so? It just came to me one night. And then you ever heard Michael Jackson, right? Michael Jackson's like, he's like, no, I can't sleep right now because if I sleep, God might send the next hit song to Prince. You ever heard him say that?
Nah, that's but I bet
was like, he was on
something.
something, dude. Like he was on it back then because I guess he knew about the information being sent from somewhere. Call it God, call it whatever, you know.
And Michael Jackson was like, Prince knows about it. I can't sleep. If he knows how to tap into this, I can't.
Yeah, he's like,
he's my competition.
It's like I ain't gonna sleep. He might send him the best song. Yeah, and then like another example of inventors. You know, Alexander Graham Bell, the guy that invented the telephone. There was another guy somewhere else that invented the telephone also, and they both submitted their patent to the office at the same day, same exact technology. I don't even know the other guy's name because I guess they didn't pick his to be the telephone, but Alexander and that other guy both made the same invention, and they presented at the same time.
At two different parts of the world, not even no phone, no pigeon. It's just, hey, we have the same idea at the same time. Submit it,
and they submitted it.
That happens a lot.
The paper like 1 hour apart. I was like, whoa, same invention.
That's really close.
You know, back then there was no internet. So nobody was stealing ideas from you unless they were peeking through your damn window the whole time.
Unless it's a little bit less like, I don't know, right? Just like being like perverts. Like, what are you doing that? But I can see it like when you're. Now, I wonder if these ideas come to you because you're starting to scratch the surface of a cloud. So, because I feel like if you're just sitting around not thinking about anything, the cloud ain't gonna come to you. You have to go to it. If that makes sense.
Like if you're sitting around just watching TV, you're not gonna get nothing
at all. At all. But once you go to the cloud, maybe it might be just one of those things. Is like when you have the drive to want to look for something that's revolutionary, then your brain maybe just opens itself up to the cloud. Like, all right, this is what we got because you're thinking now. You're thinking, boom, 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 and then it's a race against time to get your idea out before somebody else gets it.
Yeah, that's why they say like your best ideas comes like before you go to sleep or when you first wake up in the morning, because you're not doing anything like when you first wake up, right? You're just thinking about stuff. Or even in the shower thoughts. That's why I was like, I need to put a dry erase board that's waterproof in the shower because all my good thoughts come in the shower. And then, by the time I step out the shower, pew, it erases like a recycling bin.
Oh my! I go on walks a lot. I be walking like 4 to 6 miles. Dude, and on my walks, that's when I'm like, like idea in my brain. And I'm like, okay, cool.
That's where you get the best ideas. Or when you're just sitting around just talking like this.
Right.
Yeah, ideas are just popping up like it's nothing because we're just talking.
We're
not
like
distracted by anything else.
No, not at all, man. So it could be just one of them things. Like, so yeah, because I remember before I even got into this whole IT stuff and everything, you were really on the whole cloud thing. And I was like, I get where you're coming from. But now that I understand how computers work a little bit more, now I'm seeing it too. Like, like it kind of see what Billy's talking about now with this whole cloud shit.
Dude, it's just a bunch of these different dimensions and we just can't see them unless we tap into that frequency, like you were saying. That's why, like, I guess when people take psychedelics, you're vibrating at a different frequency. You could feel it too. Like, if anybody has ever tried it, you can feel like your head's like shaking. I was like, what the hell? I was like, it's happening.
Changing this frequency, changing the station.
Yeah. And you can, man, I can't even describe the feeling, but it's crazy. It's scary.
Not imagine shit.
I can't even imagine what a DMT trip feels like, because I hear a lot of people talk about it, and they're saying how much more powerful it is than shrooms. They're saying basically like you are dying. And this one dude said he took it. He said he got so scared because it took him to like the darkest spot where everything got deleted. And he's like, oh shit, I fucked up. And he thought he died because everything like completely disappeared. And he was like in the void, darkness, everything was gone.
Right.
I was like, I don't want to experience that. That's horrifying.
Man, yeah, that's why when you hear stories, some people like who passed on and they come back to life just for a little bit. They was gone for a little bit and it was like, oh, I just saw like, some people say they see light. Some people was like, I just saw darkness, man. There ain't nothing out there. It's just, but at the same time, it's kind of like, if you get to that point outside of like, I'm talking about when you really pass the other side, are you even conscious to recognize what is even going on?
I think so.
Like you just I
think you're exactly like, it's like you saying, holy shit. And you don't feel like you're on a drug. You feel completely normal. That's the crazy part, too. Because, like, you don't feel woozy or nothing. You're just aware of what's around you.
Right. Yeah, because I remember your stories before, too. I think we even talked about how, like, sometimes if you take take it or whatever, it gives you, like, a... Because I remember, like, what a guy had said before was that when he took DMT, it took the individuality away from him. It became not me, but we. So he became like almost like a third person to everything else now. It's not like I'm physically here. It's about myself and how I feel. It's not like, I'm watching everything just move along
like
now.
Everything, right?
Yeah, and it's like all at once. And it's like, now you kind of like, it's like watching somebody play a video game. Like you watching like you watching a friend play a video game.
This is where the whole people get mixed up and they start feeling that God complex shit. Because that shit will make you feel like that until you have to tap out of that shit too. Because it'll make you be like, holy shit, am I responsible for everything? Because I saw that shit out and then I felt it. I was like, what the hell? And it's weird. And then I hear other people talk about it. I was like, holy shit, I went through that same shit. That whole God complex shit where I was like, am I God? I was like, no one would believe me anyway. And it was so crazy, dude. I'm just talking to myself like that. It was so weird.
Man, but I can imagine that experience being like that because you just witnessed everything all at once. Like, am I Neo? Like, what the fuck? It's like you have like all the answers and everything, and it's so weird, dude. Mushrooms is fucking weird, man. And then if you take like a medium amount, right, and then you don't want to trip no more, like your eyes open and then you're just talking, it's almost like the answer to everything you're questioning. Or if somebody asks a question, it's like you got the answer automatically. That's another weird thing. And not even knowing like if it's like a real answer or not, you're just saying the answer, like it's just coming out of your mouth, like it's true, like 100% true. You're not second guessing yourself. You're not saying, you just know.
I think there's no thinking. You're just saying it. I was like, that's crazy, too.
Hell yeah. Like, you that confident?
I was like, whoa, I'm just saying these answers. Like where is it coming from? I don't talk like this. It's so weird. Yeah.
Something else.
Makes me want to do it, but yeah, go ahead.
So that's all this true talk.
Like, got hyping up myself and shit.
I was like, man, I got work tomorrow. Shit. Oh man, but where was I at? Oh yeah, so back to what we were talking about before. So Japan is they got this dream machine kicking up right now, and it says this technology captures neural activity during sleep and translates it into a visual representations, effectively creating dream playback. The device uses fMRI, which is functional magnetic resonance imaging, which is used to measure brain activity and machine learning algorithms to reconstruct visual imagery associated with specific dream content And then after that, it talks about basically how it's basically machine learning. Obviously, if anybody knows anything about AI, it's always learning. It's not really learning per se. It's more like it just takes a lot of this information and is able to crunch the numbers down into like the biggest percentage possible to be accurate with what it's trying to do. And so with these algorithms, including deep learning, which is super duper deep as far as like learning with AI and all that, and neural networks analyzes the brain activity patterns and reconstructs them into visual images, effectively creating a video representation of the dream. That's cool, but man, sometimes it's like you can't always control your dream. So it's like,
unless you're aware, right?
Unless you're aware, yeah. And that's what like another thing that I heard with the Halo device that what that company's trying to do with the Halo device is that this is gonna be more. That seems like that's more geared towards lucid dreaming. So not so much as like when you have dreams and you don't have any control over it, and so you getting like I don't know, getting your cheeks clapped by Smokey the Bear or something, and you don't want to talk about it. That's like a dream you can't, right? That's a dream you can't control. So it sounds like the Halo's just kind of like just recording lucid dreamings, so it's like violating any type of real like really like someone's privacy and all that, which is kind of cool, I guess. I mean, lucid dreaming, that is it's pretty dope. Makes you feel like Neo, but
man, they need a pill that you can take where you can automatically get a lucid dream.
Man, and for me, it's made me sleep easy. That's the best way to dream to me, honestly. It ain't like I'm stressed out or nothing because I'm in control of the situation. So it's like, okay, cool. I know this is a dream. I'm not waking up. I'm like on that edge of waking up, and I'm on the edge of like I can go fully back to sleep, or I can wake up, and I'm kind of like, okay, let me just kind of like move around a little bit, look at my fingers, look at my hands. Okay, cool. Now let's see if I can fly. The first thing I was trying to do is fly. Once I realize I'm in a dream, that's why I'm like, oh, I can do anything.
Yeah, that's like borderline astral traveling. But like, it's like you're in a dream, but you're like almost doing the same shit.
Contained in the head.
Yeah. What was I about to say? Fuck, man, that shit just deleted in my head. Go ahead.
It was
Damn it.
Okay, so oh, so what was that? Okay, so with the potential, like, because this whole dreaming thing that the Japanese company is making, with this potential applications, it says this technology has the potential to revolutionize our understanding of dreams, consciousness, and the human mind with applications in psychology, neuroscience, and creative fields. Which, even though I do feel like this can be used and abused to get inside of people's dreams and, I don't know, maybe get somebody's bank account numbers or whatever, I can see on some kind of way, too, where it can be used as a tool to dig deeper into people's psyches and with their insecurities. Because I would say, like, dreams, especially nightmares, are representations of how we feel in the real world. Mine usually comes in the form of when I'm really stressed and I'm losing control of things. I always have dreams of my teeth getting knocked out or pulled out. Yeah, and I looked up online a long time ago to understand, like, why do I have these dreams? And it's not all the time, but I realized, like, it's when I'm stressed is when I have it the most. And at least when I looked up online, it was saying, like, oh, well, when you have dreams or nightmares of your teeth being knocked out or pulled out or something, it means that you're either losing money or you feel like you're losing control of a situation or your environment.
Or somebody it's kind of like passed, and that's the one they told me.
And I was like, okay, so then someone passed. And so it's like a different things. It's kind of like you're losing something that may be important to you, like your teeth. Because nobody want to walk around teethless. I don't care who you are, even if you have no teeth. Everybody wants nice teeth. And so, yeah, so I've had dreams of like where my teeth will just be falling out. And it's usually at a time when I'm stressing out in the real world. That's horrifying. Because I'll be like, oh my God. And I can like, in my nightmares, I'll take my tongue and I can like feel it going across my gums. Like, there's no horrifying. And I'm spitting up blood. It's awful. But then I wake up, I'm like, okay, but then my teeth will feel loose. And that shit will feel loose when I wake up. I was like, oh.
Maybe your teeth just spawned back.
As soon as I woke up.
Yeah, they're like, put his teeth back. And
so I can see where this type of invention, because honestly, from what I've been hearing too, and like with the Halo thing I was talking about before too, that's actually rolling out this year, 2025, and there's like a list of people trying to get a hold of the Halo Dream thing.
I want one.
Yeah, I think the price of right now is gonna be $2,000. That's the starting price. Honestly, that's cheaper than I expected.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was thinking like more like $4,500.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, $2,000 for something that can detect your
Close your-
dreams.
Just show you playback.
Yeah, I would think like this would make more sense like if you're a psychologist, right, for your patients to see what's actually going on, like tap deeper in their psyche, like, hey, what's really going on with you? It has to be something deeper where they're not explaining or telling you.
Because there's like a lot of people out there who don't want to speak on their traumas and stuff, which understandable, right?
Or they
Everyone's
forgot about
wired
it. That's another thing.
Or forgot about it. That's another huge thing. Probably more important than anything else. Like trauma gets buried and then it's never, resurfaces. People got all these damn issues inside of them that they've never, because they never could even approach, the trauma. So yeah, I can see this machine can kind of be like a back door to that. Like, hey, look, Johnny, you ain't got to tell me what happened. Just put this halo on, close your eyes, relax. We'll dig through it. The AI will pull out an image for us, and then don't fall asleep. But I will listen to you, like kind of fall asleep, but don't fully fall asleep. But listen to my commands, almost like kind of like hypnotism in a way. That's what I would assume. Yeah. Like hypnotism, like hey, relax your mind, count backwards from like 10 to 1. Okay, only listen to the sound of my voice while you got this halo on your head. Can you tell me about your childhood? Actually, don't even tell me. Can you show me your childhood in your mind? And then boom, yeah, no. And then the AI.
What's stretching?
And the AI. It hurts. It hurts.
Stop. Take it off. That's
fucked up. But I can see where. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Where it could be beneficial for like even digging like in the mind of people, and I can see like the AI in the future. It like. The AI will have like a printer nearby, and they'll print off a picture of what was going on in the dream. I don't see it being on a big ass television screen yet. It got to start from the bottom, so it will probably print off a picture, a colored photo of the dream.
They get the picture out from the printer, they look at it, and they're like all disgusted, like,
oh my god, this is what he dreams about.
I like this one. He's gonna have to come for another session. Like, this needs work.
I was like, man, who dreams about Big Bird taking a dump on their chest? This is a strange dream. What just happened?
I was like, just send me the PDF files, please, doctor.
Right, don't
Stop
show nobody.
looking at it. I'm not coming here ever again. Give me that shit. I paid to get humiliated.
Right? I
can't control my dreams, doctor.
Yeah, this breaks reality in every. This is. I always felt like for a while now. I felt like for a while that we've always been kind of living in a Black Mirror world, but it's not as insane as a TV show. But you see like little seeds being planted. Like, oh, we have some advancing technologies coming along, but man, it's starting to. I think the technology that's coming along now is starting to get more personal with humans. It's no longer just a tool like a hammer. It's like, oh, now we're in your psyche now, and. Let's try to break down the human mind and nurse you back to health if we can, or if it's used in an evil way, it can implant dreams. Because man, there's women right now who like, and this has happened to me, where your significant other wakes up one day and had a dream that you cheated, and then they mad at you all day and don't want to talk about it. And it's like, who put this in your brain like an implant? So if you take that situation. Women who wake up when they get upset when their man been cheating on them, even though the man's been honest, and then they wake up mad all day, all week about this dream that they had. Imagine what somebody could do with their implanted memories.
They could implant stuff like that.
Horrifying.
Yeah, implant false memory. Like, oh, that never happens. Like, no, I know it happened. It's in my head. My head wouldn't be making up shit. Like, nah. I mean, imagine if that's the case, right? Planted memories. You think like with the technology now, like everything like we're watching on our phones, on our TV, is like subconsciously planting false memory in our head.
I can see that. At least trying to like
program. You know, that's why they call it program. We're probably being like programmed like on a subconscious level, and we don't even realize it.
Like
mass hypnosis, maybe.
Yeah, like for example, for me, a prime example of this right now is what's going on with streaming. I remember years ago, I don't even know if it was even on this podcast. It might have been on our previous podcast. But I had mentioned saying like, hey, streaming service is going to start turning to cable because I just saw Hulu offering up a deal for like a package for Disney and then ESPN. And now here we are. Now we got commercials. We got all this other shit. And now the other day I was just asking someone, I was like, hey, they should come back with a TV Guide program so we can know what's all on streaming, so I ain't got to keep getting on my phone to figure out what's on streaming. And now I was like, oh shit, we're being programmed to go right back in the same shit we was in before with cable, with commercials. Streaming was supposed to take away commercials, give us options. Now it's like, it's just cable again. It's just another version of it. It's just streaming. That's basically the other version of it. It was like commercials again. Why am I paying $14.99 for something that's got commercials? Y'all might as well give me cable again. In fact, this is gonna eventually become more expensive than cable if I'm tracking this shit right. And damn it, man, I feel like this is like they and everyone's kind of used to this again. I was like, oh yeah, now we got ads on streaming.
But the difference is you watch it like on your time,
and that's the thing.
On demand. Too,
yeah, true.
Unless it's like a live event, that's different.
Yeah, which streaming's starting to turn to that, and Netflix trying to get ahead of that shit.
They need to, or they're gonna be left behind again, like Blockbuster. Look what happened to them.
Yeah, right.
They're like, no one's gonna be streaming movies. Okay, Blockbuster.
You stay right there. Yeah, I'll be right back.
They're comfortable with people coming in because they're gonna disappear soon.
Yeah, I remember towards the end of Blockbuster when at the very end of Blockbuster, they started doing these wild ass deals to try to keep people around. It was like, hey, you can rent an unlimited amount of movies for the weekend, as much as you want for like $40 all weekend. So I was like renting out 5 movies a day, bro. I watched like TV shows like Dexter back then. I blew through Dexter. Damn. The TV show Weeds. I blew through that in the whole weekend just because like Blockbuster was like, hey, take
I already stopped renting at that time. I don't even remember that.
Yeah, that was like at 2009. That was the last time I probably went to Blockbuster. And I used to live down the street from one when I was in Colorado, and them deals was fire. But Blockbuster was always empty, man, because everybody was going to Redbox and Netflix. Shit, I don't blame them. But
you got anything else?
The future? No, that's it. That's the future of dreaming. Get ready, folks.
I have one more, but I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. All right, so a strange radio signal from Antarctica leaves scientists baffled. Heard about this?
No.
Weird space signals coming from underneath the Antarctic ice. So scientists, they detected a mysterious radio signal coming from deep beneath Antarctica's ice, and no one knows what it is. The Antarctic Impulsive Transient Antenna is a cosmic particle detector literally suspended from high altitude balloons. So with this high altitude balloons, they're detecting like these weird signals coming from under the ice, and they're like, hey, this ain't none of our technology. Like, what's this signal coming from down there? Because we don't know what's down there, supposedly. Because maybe these are the scientists that's new to that area, and they don't actually really know what's underneath that ice.
Like this is that first day at work. He's like, what is this?
Meanwhile, the OG scientists, they're like down there. They know everything that's down there. And there's probably another base down there.
Could be, man. Antarctica, wow, man. They got like a lot of I remember we talked about a couple months ago on the show. It was about they had discovered like a whole new life form existing underneath actually not even a life form, but it was like a whole new ecosystem that had never been discovered before, but it existed underneath a sheet of ice that was like the size of like North Carolina, I think it was, but eventually broke off from Antarctica. And then it's like, oh shit, there's like this whole thriving community of like different type of fish we ain't never seen before, all this stuff. So there ain't no telling what they got underneath all that, man.
They got like a little mini sun in there, the whole ecosystem.
Right.
Yeah, who knows what's down there, because that place is so mysterious. And then it seems like the whole world wants to go there, like to study that place. And it's like, isn't it just a big block of ice? I think it's a whole lot more than just a big block of ice. And the scientists don't know that shit. Yeah,
they just like, I'm not sure how long they've known this for now, but a lot of these scientists out here seems like they just start like discovering too that this ice be like holds like microscopic life in it too, and within the water, because according to what scientists say, that all life starts from water. No matter where's that, in order for life to survive, there has to be water a part of the evolutionary process or whatever. So that's why when they see like, oh, we found like a microscopic organism in ice, it's fascinating to them, and I understand, because that's where life does start from. So it's a part of the recipe to create life.
Yep. So like these signals, they said that it doesn't match any known particle behavior. According to scientists, they defy current understanding of particle physics. So everything is just weird about this signal. It just doesn't make sense to them. So the team was hunting for elusive particles called neutrinos. Remember we talked about neutrinos before?
Yes, I do remember.
Yeah, but then they stumbled on these unexpected steep angled radio waves instead.
Damn, found something better.
Yeah, they're like, whoa, like what are these waves? This shit's weird. As it comes at like you at a 30-degree angle and shit. It's like, we don't know what that signal is. That shit's fancy. You know, could it be alien? Who knows? You know, but you can't rule that out, right?
Yeah.
Because with everything that's going on, go ahead.
I was about to say with the signal, was it like making any like actual noise, or was it just picking up the frequency of it? Like we can't hear what on.
It's a weird wave signal. It probably made a sound. Who knows? It's probably whistling. Beep boop beep boop. Like, oh, that's organic. Someone's behind the keys. Like, imagine the signals is someone playing the piano like underneath the ice.
Like a pipe organ. Like
like there's a concert going on and shit.
Like EDM.
Yeah, they call it like a silent concert, but you can only hear it if you have the technology to capture the wave. Yeah.
Oh man, that's like some shit that could be for the future of humans. Like, yo, I'm gonna go to the silent concert tonight.
Yeah. It's like nobody can hear it unless you're tapped in. Well, just like the radio, right? No one will hear the radio unless you're in the tune. Same shit.
Yeah, just tuning in.
We're so advanced, dude. The radio, come on.
Come on, man.
Signals coming through a radio station, like through frequencies. We're on something a long time ago.
Yeah, that's why they send like radio signals out to space and they're hoping to get a bounce back. They're like, okay, because that's the only best thing out. As far as what I know about with what they try to do with space and sending signals out there. Seem like radio waves is the only way to go right now until they figure out something else. But yeah, so they're sending out radio waves out there to whoever can get it, and then somebody bounces back. That was like the 3-body problem. That shit. When they like, hey, send a message out to space to this unknown alien, and it took like 8 years for the message to get back. It was crazy.
And then the message was themselves.
Man. From the future.
Oops, we scared ourselves.
Uh-oh.
It's like it's looking at your own shadow.
Like, what'd you get here? Like, sneaking up on me.
All right, so neutrinos. Neutrinos are trillions of it is flying through our bodies right now. It just doesn't interact with anything, like barely. We don't notice nothing, but it's all running through our bodies. That's what neutrinos are. They're basically like I guess the ether going through you, right? Neutrinos, invisible waves. Wi-Fi is going through us.
Man, hell yeah. It's like a shotgun blast.
Yeah, these damn cell phone towers, they're sending you signals going through our brains like it's nothing. Like, do we even know what's happening? Like, when these signals like go through our brain, like, is it hijacking our thoughts? Because if you think about it, how are these algorithms like predicting what we like so good, like when we go on Instagram or whatever? How they know I like this style or whatever, you know? How?
I don't know, because even just having a conversation, like there's times where like in my house we'll have a conversation about something and I'm like, okay, well, I'll see something pop up about it. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not planning on buying this, or I didn't like, because honestly, like, it seems like they're able to share your data with anybody out there on the internet, and that's how they're able to predict what you want to buy, what you want to do. But when it starts getting like specific, where I'm just having a conversation about it, that makes me wonder, like, oh, y'all really are monitoring what we say, because I ain't never said anything about this on social media. I have no digital footprint on what I'm talking about. So how y'all know what I'm talking about unless y'all listening?
Yeah, it's just like there's a wasp nest outside my front door, right? And I never speak about it ever. I keep looking out there every day. I look to see it getting bigger, you know? And in my head, I'm thinking, I was like, I can't let it get bigger. I got to get rid of it soon. And then a month passed by, and then it's getting bigger. And then in my head, I'm like, damn, I got to get a spray. And the next thing you know, I get an ad for a spray. They're like, oh, you want this spray that shoots 20 feet? And you could be safe. You could spray it real quick and just run. I'm like, yeah, add to cart. And it's coming tomorrow.
Damn. It's like, yeah, Billy, we heard your thoughts, and it seems like you have a pest problem.
Yeah, take care of that. You don't want that to sting the the Amazon people.
And then it's like this too. And since you were procrastinating so long and you let the wasp net get so big, how about we give you a 20-foot spray since you waited so long?
Yeah.
It's like they even know the distance I need to be.
I was like, yeah, I feel safe. Yeah, 20 feet, that's enough.
All right, that's very specific right there, man. Very specific.
Yeah, so after they talked to the scientists about the signals that they found, like none of the scientists have any solid answers of what exactly it is or where it's coming from. Well, they know where it's coming from, but they don't know why it's coming from under the ice. So NASA, they're working on like a newer, like a beefier balloon detector, where they could observe ultra high energy waves. So they're trying to build a machine stronger so they could, see what else can they detect down there.
Right.
And imagine after they built that, then they found the whole mother lode alien base.
The original humans.
But they wouldn't live to tell about it, right? Because you can't come across information like that and live to tell about it, right?
Nah, man, that was like this OG movie. I think it's called like 40,000 Leagues Under the Sea or something. It's based off this guy named Captain Nemo. But anyways, he has like this submarine. Actually, no, I don't even know if he was even this character. Anyways, this is an old school movie that came out in the 70s where these people on this ship and they crashed and then they were saved by this submarine. And this submarine took them to this underworld place. It was basically Atlantis. And they had all this food in this city, all this energy, like running energy on a healthy level and all this other stuff and trying to preserve the ocean and all this other stuff and fancy foods and all. That was a beautiful, beautiful environment. But it was so beautiful that the community was like, hey, you can't leave. You have to stay here forever. And some of the people they had saved from the crashed ship were like, I got family. I got kids out there. It's like, well, we don't care because if you go back, you're going to tell somebody. And that person's going to tell somebody. And that person's going to tell somebody. And eventually, y'all going to come here and mess up something good we got. So y'all have to stay. Y'all, sorry. Like, we wish there was another way. But in order for us to survive, we can't let y'all leave. So they like trapped those people down there. And they had to like try to escape.
Damn.
Crazy.
I'll probably stay, but then I'll tell them to get me Grand Theft Auto 6 when it releases, and then just bring it over. I'm like, okay, I'll stay now.
Oh, please. I don't know if I'll stay. I'm like, I'll stay if you bring my people down here. Like, all the people I know and love, bring them down here. But ask them if they want to go. And then if they want to come with, then we'll stay here for life.
I mean, I don't even think we even have a choice. They're like, you got to stay.
No, yeah.
I'll bring you Grand Theft Auto 6, but you ain't going nowhere. That's it. I'm only making one trip out this base.
And because they're so out of touch with society, they'll come back and give you like San Andreas.
Like, no,
the right
that's
one.
old, man.
I can't be CJ again. No.
Yeah, I was like, kill me now.
Yeah. When does that game come out anyways? Is it this year?
Next year.
Damn.
They pushed it.
So
yeah. But yeah, that's all I got for that. I think we're good.
Okay.
That was a
we solid.
fun sciencey episode.
Right. Fun science Chinese episode. We had a lot of, I think we had 2 China stories.
I think every topic had to do with something scientific.
Right. This is a science episode.
Yep. I mean, next week we gotta switch it up.
Yeah, go back to serial killers again.
Serial killers, yeah. All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining us this week. Catch you guys next week on Tuesday. Peace out. Adios.
Hey, guys.